Back to 10 Island Gaming. Today we have a battle between Warriors of Chaos and the Empire. I will be fielding Chaos, and this is my army. It's led by a Chaos Sorcerer Lord. He has the Chaos Familiar Scale Skin. He has the Lord of Metal, Charmed Shield and Talisman of Preservation, and the Mark of Siege. For heroes I have one BSB Exalted hero. He has Soul Feeder, Biting Blade, Enchanted Shield, Iron Curse Icon and a Talisman of Endurance, Mark of Nurgle. Then I have another Mark of Nurgle Exalted hero which carries the Ogre Blade. For core I have 22 Chaos Warriors, Mark of Nurgle, full command, and they have halberds and Banner of Swiftness. Then I have another warrior unit with 23 Chaos Warriors, Mark of Siege, shields and halberds. Full command, and they have the Blastered standard. Then I have 3 units of dogs with Vanguard, 5 Marauder Horsemen with Mark of Slanesh, Musician, Flails and Javelins, light armor and shields. For rare I have 1 Giant, Mark of Nurgle, and 1 Hell Cannon. For spells, my level 5 essentially rolled up Plague of Rust, Glittering Robe, Enchanted Blades of Aben, Searing Doom and Final Transmutation. We will be doing the scenario battle line, and we're doing Swedish comp. I have a comp score of 16.5.
This is my Empire army, comp score of 14. They're led by a general on Pegasus with the white cloak of Ulrich and glittering scales. And then we have Beast B with Armor of Destiny, a Life Mage, looks like a fire but it's actually life today, Talisman of Preservation, Scepter of Stability and Ring of Valence. And for core, 25 Swordsmen, 10 Inner Circle Knights and 6 Ordinary Knights with the Musician and Standard Bearer. Here's full command with the Steel Standard. And for special, 34 Great Swords, full command, 27 Flaglands, and for rare 1 Steam Tank, and also 1 Warrior Priest here. And for spells, Flesh to Stone, Throne of Vines, Awakening of the Wood, and the Dwellers Below. By turn 1, charge my general here in his fast cav over there. Moved everything up like this. Move to magic and shooting. In the magic phase, tried to get off Throne of Vines, but he stopped it with his dice. And then I got off Flesh to Stone here. And Awakening of the Wood on these guys here, killed 4 of them, but they passed their leadership. And then the Steam Tank tried to fire here, but rolled a misfire and lost 3 wounds. Over to this combat over here. And in the combat phase here I killed 3 and he needed double ones to stay. So he fled and I did a combat reform. Over to Chaos turn 1.
Warriors of Chaos turn 1. I had 1 charge, was the Giant into his Knights. They failed their leadership test because they were out of reach of his BSB. I didn't rally the Marauder Horsemen, so they ran off. Otherwise I backed off here. And the 1 dog moved up to block the Steam Tank, and they just moved around the building slightly. Now it's on to Winds of Magic and shooting. Oh, in the magic phase, first off I cast Searing Doom on the Steam Tank. I got it off, did 5 wounds. He tried to dispel, but yeah, I think I won by 1 or something. Then I cast Plague of Rust on the Great Swords, lowering their armor save. and then glittering robes on the Mark of Nurgle warriors. Then for shooting, of course, I got a misfire, the bad one, so it exploded. I reached an area of 14 inches, so basically hitting everything. Killed the dogs, did 1 wound here and 1 wound here. Now it's over to Empire turn 2.
Empire turn 2. No charges to declare. Move the steam tank in here. I actually got 2 on the die. So I got 4 steam points. Moved up these guys. Rally this unit here. Moved back my general. So over to medic and shooting. In the medic phase I got off Torn Vines. Cost 5 dice on it. Then I tried to cast Dwellers on his right unit there, but I didn't get it. In the combat here I killed the dog with this steam tank. Over to Warriors of Chaos turn 2.
Turn 2. I tried to charge this unit into his steam tank, but I came up 1 inch short, so failed forward 6 inches. And then I just moved up here, moved up the dog slightly, and moved the giant over here on the right flank out of his charge arc. Now it's on to Winds of Magic. In the magic phase, I got a final transmutation on his great swords, killed 12 of them. He saved his dice to protect himself against the Searing Doom. I cast it and I basically rolled higher, and the steam tank is down. Now it's on to Empire turn 3.
Turn 3, I had 1 charge, Flaglands in his wizard unit there. Then I moved up everything on this side, backed away these 2 small units here, and moved forward with the knights there. Over to medic and shooting. Medic phase I got 5 die, and so did my chaos player here, so I didn't have much to cast, because I don't want flesh to some of these guys, because then they won't hurt themselves and get crazy. So I actually 5 dice Dwellers and killed 5 guys here. So over to this combat here. I did 7 wounds to him, he did 12 back, killed 2 of my own, so I got rerolled to hit and 2 wound, but not the extra toughness there. Over to Warriors of Chaos turn 3.
Warriors of Chaos turn 3. I started by charging the warriors into his knight unit, who was standing over here. He elected to flee and he came around here. So I charged him with the dogs, who stood here, and he rolled really low, so I managed to catch him over there. They failed forward after redirecting into his knights, and of course he chose to flee, and he came 12 inches, so it was really unlucky. And then also I failed a charge with the giant into the flank of the Flagellants. Now it's over to Winds of Magic. In the Magic's phase I only managed to get off 1 spell, Searing Doom. I forgot that he has the Dragonbane gem.
No, the White Cloak of Ulrich.
White Cloak of Ulrich, yeah. So he has ward save against flaming attacks. So yeah, dumb of me, but yeah, I managed to do 1 wound anyway. That was everything I got off, and now it's on to close combat over here. The close combat phase, he killed 3 of me,
yep.
And I killed a bunch of his. He has 5 models left, but I didn't manage to break him. Now it's over to Empire turn 4.
Turn 4, I had 1 charge. I needed 4 here to flank charge these guys, but I got 1 and a 2. But I rallied these guys here, moved up my general on the other side. Over 2 Winds of Magic and shooting. Phase here, I got off Dwellers. I think I killed 7 regular guys and 1 exalted hero. And then I used my last die on Awakening of the Wood and killed 2 more. That was really good. Over to this combat here. In the combat phase, I did a real big mistake in the movement phase and didn't use my brain, so I moved this guy behind here. Of course he killed the last 5 Flaglands and did a reform. So over to Chaos turn 4, yeah.
Warriors of Chaos turn 4. I charged his general with the Warriors unit over here. He chose to flee and came really long, so yeah, I made a failed charge over here. Then I just reformed the other unit, backed away slightly, moved around the dogs, and I moved up the giant here. And now it's over to Winds of Magic. Big phase, I got off Searing Doom on his general. I actually made 1 wound once again. Then I tried to 2 dice and enchanted Blades of Aben on this unit, but I failed. Now it's over to Empire turn 5.
Turn 5. Yeah, I rallied the general, flew him back here to maybe get some wounds back. Moved up the knights here. Over to Winds of Magic. Magic phase, I tried to cast Awakening in the Wood. No? No.
No, you only... Yeah, you did. I dispel it with 2 dice.
Yeah, I dispel it, right. And then I cast Flesh to Stone on this unit here. So over to Wars of Chaos turn 5.
Turn 5, only 1 charge, the giant into his knights. He managed his terror test. Then I reformed them as you see and basically stood still. Now it's on to Winds of Magic. In the magic phase, I got off Glittering Robes on the warriors here. Plague of Rust on his knights. And then I cast Final Transmutation on the Greatsword. Managed to roll a 6 for the warrior priest and killed 11 more Greatswords. So that was really lucky. Now it's on to this close combat over here. In the close combat phase here, I rolled a 1 for the giant, so he yelled and bawled. Won the combat by 2. They didn't pass their leadership test, so they fled. Tried to catch them, but he ran really far. Now it's over to the last turn for the Empire.
I charged with both the Great Swords and the General in this unit there with the BSP. They choose to flee. Roll a 6, so they got really far. The Great Swords. Down here I rallied the Inner Circle Knights. Over to American. Yeah, to Magic. In the Magic phase, first I tried to cast the Magic Missile Awakening of the Wood. Got really low, it took me there, and then I used my ring and got Searing Doom. Tried that with 4 dice, rolled 1, 1, 2, 2. So took that as well. So over to Wars of Chaos last turn.
Turn for Wars of Chaos. I charged the warriors into his great swords and also charged the giant over here into his Inner Circle Knight. He made the terror test. Now it's on to Winds of Magic and Winds of Magic. Magic phase, I 3 dice Glittering Robe and of course I got a miscast, but I got a magical feedback, so the wizard took a strength 6 hit but managed his save. And yeah, so basically they have 2 up armor save now. Close combat, and also I lost 5 dice, so I couldn't cast anything else. Now it's on to this close combat and that one. So, in the last combat phase, here I killed 8 Great Sword and did 1 wound to the BSB. He did none back, but he remained because they are stubborn and managed his test. And over here, I think he did 2 wounds to me and I did 2 wounds to him. And charged, but he remained because he's steadfast as well. Managed the leadership test. So that was the last turn, and after calculating the points, it was a minor victory for the Warriors of Chaos. Yeah, I'm not sure. I actually thought that the Warriors were gonna lose somewhere in the middle, but some lucky rolls with Final Transmutation, and he had some really bad rolls when it came to charges, stuff like that. So yeah, it was a quite close game, but in the end, the favor came to the Warriors of Chaos.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.